Welcome, guys. It's Friday, and as we normally do on Fridays, we are looking forward to the weekend. Um, I just want to start off and say, "Go Grizzlies!" We won last night. We beat the Golden State Warrior with 3 points. What a power demonstration that was! I knew that the Portland Trailblazer game was just a road bump. Um, we were back last night, and we showed the NBA that don't count us out just because we lost one game. We were back in it, and we were fighting like crazy, and we pulled off a win. And Ja Morant was huge again. Feels so good. Um, the Grizzlies will become a bigger part of this channel as we go along. I just have a few things now that I have to deal with, and there's a few things I have to get set in stone and get done. So once I'm ready, I will take on more and do more videos on this channel, both for every team that I follow. But right now, I'm a little bit in a little situation where I need to get a few things done here and there, and so bear with me. But what a weekend! What a weekend! What a weekend we're looking at. This is so important on so many areas. Um, I don't think so far this season there has not been such an important game weekend as we're going into now. Both when it comes to the Manchester United team, who is playing away against Tottenham Hotspurs. Mega major important game right there. We need to win to stay in touch with the top four teams. Right now we are 3 or 4 or 5 points behind, and I think it's 8 or 9 points behind number one, which is Chelsea. So this is a must-win game to stay in touch with the teams above us on the table. It is a game where certain players should be put on the bench, and so they understand that, hey, we're not accepting this kind of performance, because there has been 4 or 5 players who has really been poor. That shouldn't really be poor. These are the players that are normally, you can trust them game after game after game for a whole season, and all of a sudden they are playing like schoolgirls. So something needs to change, and I also think that the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, needs to do some team up changes. Some players needs to go to the bench, and some players needs to come in and show that the team is not given just because you have a certain name. There is absolutely crucial right now that we do at least 4 or 5 changes. And I think the Tottenham game is the perfect game to send a message from. So I'm looking forward to that game. I'm also looking forward to see if we can get some kind of a clarification on who's going to start on top. I don't know if Rashford is injured. I don't know about Varane in the back four, if he's still injured. So some clarification on injuries and who's playing would be nice during the day. I know there's a press conference from the manager today. It's probably ongoing soon, or maybe right now. I'm not sure, because there's a difference in time. So we will find out more later today about the team setup, who's available, who can start the game, who's on the still on the injury list. So big game in the Premier League. I haven't checked to see if the game starts tomorrow or Sunday. I think it's Sunday. I don't know. I have to look. Beside that, I think the Grizzlies also play this weekend. I think they played yesterday, so they're coming back home. Today is Friday, so they were on the West Coast. I don't think they play today because they have played 2 days in a row on the West Coast. And the next game now is here in Memphis. So they come home, they probably have a day off today, and they probably play tomorrow or Sunday or something. So the Grizzlies are in action this weekend as well. Wow. Now, the 49ers. Huge. Like I said, the game that the 49ers are going to play against the Bears is equally huge and important as the Manchester City United game against Tottenham. Wow, 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 wow. I have three big games to look forward to this weekend. What is important with the 49ers, you might ask, because we have had such a troubling start to the season. Well, there is something about setting um, setting standards for yourself and your team. The way we have performed so far this year has been poor, okay? So we need to show the world, show the critics, and show the doubters that, hey, this team has quality. We can perform if we do things the right way. So of course they have something to prove. Of course they have something to show the world that, hey, we're not as bad as people want us to be. Because this must really, really be hurting the pride of some of the players. It's the players are paying a price here. They really are. Um, like I said before in a different video, players are always wanting to do their best because there's so many things on at stake here. You know, Forget about the Super Bowl and the playoffs for now. Just being associated about being a winner and being on a winning team is important for every player. No players like to be called a loser or being on a losing team, because it has to do with their legacy. Pro Bowls. Are you gonna have a chance of at some day, at some point, being inducted to the Hall of Fame? And if you are on a shitty team who doesn't perform, you're not going to be able to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. You're not going to have the chance to go to a Super Bowl or win a ring. You're probably not going to be picked for a Pro Bowl. So there's a lot of things at stake for the players. And just the fact that Arizona Cardinals lost last night to the Green Bay Packers. I watched the game. I think the Packers were a little bit lucky, but they were also the better team overall. And of course, they have Aaron Rodgers as a captain on their ship, and he rarely or never steered them really wrong. So by Cardinals losing yesterday, I know they're 7-1. It's a far ahead of us. We are 4-2. So I know that they're probably will the Cardinals lose 4 games this season? Not likely. Even if we beat them in the last head-to-head game that is coming up soon, then they're 7-2 or 8-2 or whatever they will be, and we won't be close enough to pass them. So I don't think we will be able to take a seeded or secured playoff spot this year. But we have the chance. There's a microscopic chance, okay? And as long as there's a microscopic chance, I think we should go out, and this should be in their mindset, both the players and the coaches. If we have a microscopic chance of going to the playoffs, we should give everything we have. And the thing is, we are competing against the Bears of that little microscopic chance. So it is so important that we beat the Bears this weekend. It is maybe right now, this is the most important game of the season. You might say, well, there's other games coming up, and what about the previous ones that we lost? I know, but because of the predicament we are in, this is the game that is the most important this season right now. I'm not saying it's the most important season overall when the season is said and done. Maybe the last game of the season will come down to the wire and we have to win it to be in a playoff position. Then that will be the most important game of the season. But right now, this Bear game, whoa, man, we gotta win. We have to win. Because I'll tell you, if we win, it will give the players a little bit of a boost, and it at least it should, and it will give the team a belief that, hey, we can do this. Come on, we are maybe 3 or 4 games away from maybe clinching a wild card game. And in, like I said before, in playoffs, anything can happen. It's a knockout stage, so anything can happen. All you need is one good game. But on the other hand, if we lose this game, oh, you will see fans uproar. You will see fans. If you haven't seen it so far, if you think what you've seen so far is bad, if we lose this game to the Bears, not only will the fans desert and turn their back on this team and the coaching staff and the owners, it will be very ugly. You will see outbursts online, and it will become very toxic really fast. So, this, if Kyle Shanahan wants to keep his job, this is the game he needs to win. If he loses this game, I think that will be the deciding factor if Jed York will fire him or not. If he fires him right away, I don't know. If he fires him after the season, we have to see. But if he loses this game, it will be the deciding factor on the scale that tips it into the favor of sacking Kyle Shanahan. Because right now we're sitting at 4 consecutive losses. We have lost 4 games in a row. If we lose number 5 in a row, not only will that mean that we lose 5 games in a row and that we lose to one of the worst teams in the league right now, with a rookie quarterback, but that means if you lose this game, the microscopic chance of a playoff game goes away. It's out the window. It won't happen then. And I tell you, this is the do or die game for the 49ers. Are we still staying in it or are we out of it? That's how I see it. It's like you're standing on the edge and on a cliff, and there's like 1,000 feet drop into the abyss, and either someone grabs you and saves you or you fall off. That's where we're standing right now as 49ers team, organization, club, whatever you want to call it. And as a fan, I don't want to see us lose just because I don't like the style of play that Kyle Shanahan brings. I don't want us to lose because I want him fired, because he needs to be fired anyway. But I want us to win, so at least we have a fighting chance of doing something. But because losing right now is gonna be so bad. I tell you, this is like a do or die thing for the club. Well, this was like what I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to try and make separate videos here. So I'll be back with 49ers and Manchester United and a little bit of a Grizzlies videos. This was more like overall general kind of thing video. So huge sports weekend on all fronts: soccer, football, baseball, basketball. I think the Atlanta Braves has a huge chance of winning the World League or the World Series this year. They're on their way to do it. So let's see what happens there too. I think their game is today or tomorrow or something, and I think it's a game 4 or 5 right now. I think Atlanta has won 3, and I think that the Houston has won 1 or something like that. So they only need to. I think they only need to win one more game, and they're secured the win. So let's see. It's a big sports weekend, that's for sure. So look forward to the next videos. Come on, guys.